Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. This essay is called A Dose of Reality. The story is true, only irrelevant details have been changed. Tom got an EDD from Harvard, and everyone was sure he'd become a professor preparing graduate students for a career in teaching. But in his fieldwork, it was clear to Tom that he was far from a master teacher. He couldn't even control difficult students. He had learned a lot of theory at Harvard, but too little that was practical. So after completing his EDD, he decided he needed to get practical experience to see if he could become a good teacher. So he took a job in one of Boston's high schools that are sanitizingly called Challenged. It soon became clear to Tom that many of the students, especially the active boys, had a hard time sitting through a 50-minute period, and especially the double periods that education experts advocate. So Tom decided that during a double period, he would take his class on a little field trip. The problem was that half the students didn't return the parent permission slip. It wasn't that the parents weren't willing to sign, the slips too often didn't get to the parents. Tom's students said that they lost it, that their parents were away, and so on. Tom gave them another permission slip, but still, many of the slips didn't come back. So Tom decided to try a trip with everyone anyway, just to the nearby tide pool. He rented a 15-person van and packed his class into it. They would all fit in the van if scrunched, because while officially his class size was 22, on a given day only around 15 would show. Everyone had a great time, and to ensure that they were addressing the mandated Common Core curriculum, they discussed and he gave assignments that tied the trip to academic learning. So, a week later, they did another trip. This time it was a behind-the-scenes tour of a bakery. Another success. Unfortunately, the third time, when the kids were getting into the van, this time to go to a museum, the principal saw them and was aghast. "Mr. Johnson, do you know that our insurance does not cover that? And did you get permission slips from all those parents?" Tom murmured no, and right then she said, "I am initiating termination procedures. You are endangering your students." Of course, Tom was sad, scared, but also angry. He wanted to prioritize his students, and as a result he was getting fired. So that very Friday, he asked his class, "Who would like to spend the weekend in my apartment with my family?" Nearly everyone raised their hand. There wasn't enough room in Tom's apartment for all of them, but his classroom aide volunteered to let some of the kids stay with her. The next morning, Tom asked his aide, "So how did it go?" She said, "2 of them raped me." Tom knew he was wrong, but lamented that he had tried so hard to be a good teacher. And his aide was so kind, so patient. How could the kids do that? How dare they? Tom thought, "I'm not sure what to believe anymore." The union defended Tom, but he lost his job anyway. Tom thought about taking some innocuous job like clerk in a bookstore, but accepted a part-time job at a local university teaching prospective teachers. In any event, that essay, based definitely on reality, is called A Dose of Reality. As usual, I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments, and especially like it if you hit the share button below, share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.